The quality of a singer's tone is something no serious singer should take for granted. And having talked about the human voice system, the vocal range, the chest voice, the head voice, the vocal cords, and the role the larynx plays in shaping our tone, I think it's important that we do some exercises that will help in identifying these registers and also help in developing our tone. And that's what's coming up. Nothing beats a fantastic cup of green tea and honey in the morning. You should try it as a singer. Hey, I'm Akurios. Thanks for joining me today on this voice tutorial. If you're seeing me for the first time, I'm a musician, a music producer, audio engineer, a voice coach, and an entrepreneur. And I'm here to help musicians find the courage to pursue a music career and in the process earn a living while improving their skills and talents. And every Wednesday we're here with voice tutorials that will help you find your voice and grow as a singer. In recent videos we've talked about the human voice system. We've also talked about the vocal range. Remember, the vocal range is the entire spectrum of sounds that can be created by your voice, that can be produced by your voice. And this vocal range is broken down into registers. A register is a group of notes that are produced by the same muscular activity. When a group of notes sound the same way and are produced by the same movement in the singing mechanism, that's a register. And there are two main registers in the vocal range. In every single person's vocal range, there are two main registers: the chest voice and the head voice, or the chest register and the head register. I have a detailed video about the chest voice and the head voice on this channel, and I'm going to place a link to that particular video in the description of this particular video, or you can just hang on till the very end of the video and you are going to see a card somewhere here that will direct you to that video. Or is it on this side? Okay, so whichever side it's on, just make sure you click it so you can go to that video and learn more about the chest voice and the head voice. Now, of course, when you look at the chest voice and the head voice, there's a transition between these two main registers. So when you're singing from your chest voice to your head voice, or you try to do a glissando, there's a point where it breaks from the chest voice to the head voice. And this point is what we call a passaggio. The passaggio is the transition between the chest voice and the head voice. And in most men, generally speaking, this passaggio occurs at E3, between E3 and F sharp 3. That's below middle C. The E and F sharp directly below middle C. That's the range where you would find most men having their passaggio, having the transition between the chest voice and the head voice. And you can try it out for yourself to discover where your own passaggio is. On the other hand, in female singers, the passaggio occurs between A3 and B flat 3. Now, this is the point where, as a female singer, you would break from your chest voice to your middle voice and then the head voice. And one very important goal you need to aim for as a singer is to have this passaggio not too noticeable when you transition from your chest voice to your head voice. Okay, so if you were trying a glissando, for instance, you don't want the transition between your chest voice and your head voice to be heard. You don't want it to be noticeable while singing a song, because most songs today, especially in pop music, classical music, even in jazz and gospel, you would find songs that will take you through, a significant portion of your vocal range. And this significant portion of your vocal range will cover parts of your chest register and parts of your head register. So you don't want that passaggio, that breaking point, that transition to be noticeable while singing notes that actually lie at that point. For instance, as a man, if you're singing the note or singing a melody that runs from C3 probably to G3, now, that's where the passaggio lives for most men. So the goal is to ensure that while singing this melody between that range where your passaggio lives, you can transition from your chest voice to your head voice seamlessly and smoothly without sounding awkward. On the other hand, as a female, you have a melody before you that requires that you go from, say, G3 to B flat 3. You have to ensure that the break, the transition, the passaggio is smooth, it's seamless. And I'm going to introduce you to exercises that will help you in these transitions as the days go by. All right, now down to the exercises. We're going to start with a breathing exercise. It's simple, everybody can do it. Remember, we're going to breathe with our nose and our mouths. Why? Because that's how you breathe when you sing. And that's the most comfortable and realistic way to breathe, to inhale while singing, because your mouth is open. So why not use your mouth at the same time? So we're going to inhale like this. And there are a couple of things that are going on as I'm breathing. Now, this is an abrupt inhalation. It's not a gradual inhalation. It's quick and swift, snappy. And that's how you want to breathe while you sing, because that's the time you have to inhale while singing. All right. Now, there are a couple of things that are going on. When you inhale, these are the things that happen. Your rib cage goes upwards and outwards. All right. Your rib cage goes upwards and outwards. Your abdominal region expands. All right. And then on the inside, the diaphragm goes down. The diaphragm goes down because the lungs are expanding. The lungs are filling with air. So the diaphragm needs to go down in order to make room for the expansion of the lungs, or the increase in size of the lungs. All right. So what you need to do is pay attention to your body as you inhale. Do not, I repeat, do not expand your chest. Your chest does not need to move like this. Don't inhale like that. Your shoulders don't need to move. Keep your shoulders still. Keep your chest still. It is the rib cage that goes upwards and outwards as you inhale. The abdominal region makes room for the expansion of the lungs. All right, so I'm going to take it again. Inhale like this. And you exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. That's simple, isn't it? Now we're going to do a variation of a breathing exercise, and I call this exercise the hissing exercise. All right, now what you will do is inhale the normal way, which I just showed you, and that's after I tell you to inhale. So I say inhale and then you inhale. Okay, but when I say exhale, you hiss. And you try to make that hiss steady, and you hold it for as long as the breath you have inhaled lasts. Now, what you need to do is try to extend the time, how long you can hiss, gradually. There's no rush to this. If you can just do 10 seconds for now, you can try 15 seconds later, and then 20 seconds, and so on and so forth. So let's try it now. Inhale. And you keep going. Keep releasing it. Keep releasing it. Remember to be steady, steady. Don't let the pressure increase and be all over the place. Just keep it steady and hold it at that point. What is happening is that you're exercising your lungs and your diaphragm to release the air that vibrates the vocal cords in such a way that is controlled. And that's one of the things breath control is about. You control the breath that you use to sing, and this will help you massively in your singing. So you can time yourself and challenge yourself to beat your records as you keep repeating the exercises. All right, now, so if we do 10 seconds for now, you can decide to keep going. So when you run out of breath, time yourself and then try to beat that record the next time. Another exercise that really helps in working our voice system and strengthening our tone is what I call the counting exercise. Now we're just going to count 1 to 5, and then 1 to 4, and then 1 to 3, and then 1 to 2, and then 1, and we end. And we sing with one pitch. So you inhale and count to 5, and then to 4, and then to 3, and then to 2, and then 1 on one pitch, all the same pitch. And make sure you're pronouncing the words well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll just start with 1 to 5 for now. Now, the purpose of this exercise is, of course, apart from being a breath exercise that strengthens your tone, this exercise also helps with articulation. So it's important to pronounce the words well. It's important to open your mouth and say those words clearly, even as you are singing on that same pitch. It's a mouthful. It could be a mouthful and it could be quite challenging, but it's important to stay on the pitch and pronounce the words well. Let's try it now. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Now let's try 7 as a limit, shall we? So 1 to 7 and 1 to 6 and 1 to 5, 1 to 4, 1 to 3, 1 to 2, and then 1. Okay? Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. And then we stop there. And then we can try 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and 13 and 15 and 20 and even 25 if you want to go that far. It's a mouthful, it's a very tedious exercise, but it helps with articulation, identifying, strengthening, and building the quality of your tone. And that's what we're going for, because when you open your mouth to sing, and when you pronounce the words well, and when at the same time you are controlling the release of the breath that is vibrating your vocal cords, you are building your tone and strengthening the sound of your voice. The next exercises are tongue twisters, and they're simple tongue twisters, not too complex. Just like the counting exercises, they help to strengthen your tone. They help you open your mouth so that your tone can come through, and then those words that sound alike and those sentences that could be awkward and difficult to pronounce can actually come through more. So you're practicing the pronunciation of these words, you're practicing the opening of your mouth, and you're practicing the quality of your tone in terms of not blabbing, but deliberately and precisely pronouncing the words well. So the first one we're going to start with is a plantain planter planted plantain in a plantain plantation. Okay? A plantain planter planted plantain in a plantain plantation. So let's say those words 5 times without blabbing. A plantain planter planted plantain in a plantain plantation. Are you ready? Inhale. A plantain planter planted plantain in a plantain plantation. A plantain planter planted plantain in a plantain plantation. A plantain planter planted plantain in a plantain plantation. A plantain planter planted plantain in a plantain plantation. A plantain planter planted plantain in a plantain plantation. Now you can be faster about it, but make sure you're pronouncing the words well. Now you don't have to say it all with one breath, but you can also do that to exercise your breathing, your diaphragm, your lungs, and the release of the air. But it's important that you pronounce the words very clearly so that everyone around you who hears what you're saying understands what exactly you are trying to say. The next tongue twister is simple, and we're using different consonants. Now this one is Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. All right, now after you've tried it 5 times, you can try 7 times and then 9 times and 10 times. Now the goal is to help you articulate better. The goal is to help you open your mouth and pronounce words better, because that's how your tone is let out. And then you're also training your singing mechanism to release breath the way breath is supposed to be released, which is in a controlled manner. You want to control the release of the breath. So the next set of exercises we're going to focus on are serious workout exercises for the chest voice, for the head voice, and for the entire vocal range to help us exercise that passaggio, that link, the transition between the head voice or the chest voice and the head voice. And then we're also going to work on the entire vocal range with exercises like the 9-note scale, the 11-note scale, and then we're going to do skipping thirds and arpeggios along 2 octaves so that we can access a huge chunk of our vocal ranges, which will help us work on the entire vocal range, strengthening the tone of our voices from the very low chest registers to the very high head registers. And let me mention here that it's important to assume a proper posture while doing these exercises. Don't slouch, don't bend your head, don't stretch your neck too far. Just be erect. just sit erect as I'm sitting right now. You can see that your spine is straight. There's no slouching, there's no overstretching. There's just a, an upright position so that your spine is straight, your windpipe is straight, and air can flow easily. Wherever you are, make sure you assume the proper posture for your exercises, for your recordings, for your performances, wherever you may be. Okay, so if this was very helpful, tap the like button, give me a thumbs up, and share the video to as many people as you wish. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, tap that subscribe button and click the notification bell so that you're notified when there's subsequent videos from this channel. I'm Akurios, and I'll see you next time.